right then, well, it's going to be NiP starting off on the CT side, and it's going to be Epsilon starting on the Terror side. We're on Dust 2 now, so that's a nice change. DMX opens up, and there's Super Fighter taking down Freiburg. Finally, Exist coming in with the kill, but it's going to be a double for SF, and that's going to leave NiP in a 2-on-4, trying to see if they can retake this B-bomb site, which is kind of a monumental task, trying to see if they can get it done, and Mistu is going to pick up the first kill of the tournament for himself. Now Get Right with the dual elites, lots of bullets, but he's got 4 targets to kill in a 1-on-4. It's not going to happen. Mistu will take him down, and that's the first round for Epsilon.
And really couldn't have asked for a better start for Epsilon.
It's definitely nicely done. Now they're going to be buying, and actually NiP picking up armor and pistols this round. No, something they've actually done, not done so much in the past here. Seems like they're one of the teams that's moved away from doing it and tried a little bit more just to go for maybe a few pistols, but no armor.
Yeah, Fiflaren of course hasn't bought anything because he needs that money to get an op on the 4th round. But yeah, the rest of NiP have done that. I mean, I see Freiburg with a Deagle in B all the time. I feel like that's his post. Yeah. But the rest of the team, they usually don't go for them. Let's see if SF can connect here. It takes out Forest. Kind of an odd peek by Forest with that distance. It's a really big advantage for SF. He's been tapping nicely there in the pistol round, and now, just right now, a lot of patience there on that French dude. Get Right looking for people to cross across the middle doors. Spots one going towards B. Spots a second one. NiP is now going to rotate. Let's see if they can get there in time, or if Epsilon still may cancel their plan of attacking the site.
Freiburg is in a good spot here. Potentially, they line it up. It could have been a double kill with that Deagle, but it doesn't happen.
That looked dangerous there. SF so far 3 kills and an assist. So he started this game really well.
Got to give him some credit for that, no doubt. Now, pushing into the middle here is going to be Hiroshima. He will find Exist, who actually does take the kill on him. Maybe that was a little bit unnecessary. Exist picking up a double. That's way more than he should have got, but yeah, with nothing, I mean, probably nearly nothing at all here. Fiflaren.
Yeah, it should be a full save round after they spend a bunch of money on the first round. So this should be a round for Epsilon unless they just make some really, really big mistakes. Let's see what happens.
Slowly creeping their way up. Mistu's, or actually that's SF, once again spotting the person. They're going to grenade in, and then Freiburg goes down. He tried to rush in and maybe catch them while they were focused at the plateau then, which is, a nice idea, but it doesn't work out. He didn't have the, just a pistol. It's hard to stop that many people as well. Fiflaren goes down. Mistu picking up a kill. There's Hiroshima with the shot on Get Right. Fairly long range battle coming out here, and GMX is not afraid to take it against Exist, who, well, missing some shots. Mistu is...
I'll say this. Epsilon looked confident in those rounds, like in the sense that where once they noticed NiP players shooting at them, they never hesitated at all. They just seemed to be going forward the whole way. Let's see if Fiflaren's going for this middle pick here. Doesn't see anything. It's going to get smoked off. Probably is going to have to rotate back into A. Epsilon taking out long very quickly here. NiP playing on Catwa. It's going to be a fast A rush by the Frenchies.
And Exist is waiting right here with the M4. They line up. Oh my god, he gets the triple spray down. And it's going to be a big blow to Epsilon, who are looking to start off this round much better than this. Shoxley, though, comes back, takes down Exist. Fiflaren will drop Hiroshima, and that leaves the superstar alone in a 1-on-4 now. What's the priority here? I mean, do you go for the 1-on-4 to try and win it, or do you just hope to get like 1 or 2 more kills to do economic damage?
You hope to get more kills. So that puts more pressure on them now. They need to win this round and not start having to save themselves. They need to make sure NiP's money situation stays broken, not the other way around.
And they're going to flash their way into long, just take a quick peek. Also, I think NiP holding 2 people on short is actually something they haven't done for a very long time. They usually try and hold long a lot more than they do short, so that's also an interesting bit of a switch up. But we were told, and we've been talking to them as well, they have been putting a lot of focus on improving Dust too, so maybe that's part of the improvement for them.
But sometimes just mixing things up helps, because that forces other teams to play differently than they're used to against you.
And it's DMX AWPing on Epsilon's side, so they didn't have an AWP in the last round. They lose a round, they instantly try and see if they can adjust the weaponry, see if they maybe picking up that gun is going to make a big difference. Though Forrest with a good shot onto Shox, going to take him down. It's a clean AK headshot. Now Epsilon still moving up. They're actually all on long. Nobody's going short, so that is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, it just depends how soon NiP realizes they're all along and they stop looking anywhere else. Fiflaren hits a shot there and missed too. Epsilon just taking too long now. They're just getting picked apart. GMX last man standing, 1 versus 4. and it's going to be another round for NiP, and I think it's going to break Epsilon's.
Going 4 people on long. I mean, you're right. If NiP keep thinking there's going to be someone somewhere else, but if you just had that one person, would it be too much to allocate just one person, even just making noise at short maybe? It feels like that would have been maybe a smarter move then.
Yeah, we'll see. Rough start for Epsilon regardless after the pistol and the save rounds.
Now
they're going to be attacking B now. Forrest gets caught off guard a little bit, but not much damage dealt. He's going to survive this round. Freiberg comes in, cleans up 3 kills.
See if they can keep this up, NiP, they're going to have a really stunning first half. But I'm wondering if it's going to play out that way. GMX has the AWP in middle. Fiflaren's going to peek just the once, and Fiflaren has almost his own style of peeking this middle area, which is like a little bit different, where he just sort of he walks and then slides up to the doors, but sometimes he even walks past and then re-peeks the other way around. So I think some AWPers might actually have be a little bit surprised by that kind of peek.
Well, the thing is, by the time you have noticed it, they should also have noticed it, and they should no longer be surprised.
That's probably true. Well, then it's only down to whether or not the pressure of like being at LAN and focusing on other things makes them forget for a single round, maybe.
Yeah.
But you're right, they should probably know that.
I also don't like having GMX op all the time, simply for the reason that I don't like the oppers being the callers, because it usually leads to you calling a little differently, because a lot of the strats rely on opping so much that I think it just creates some conflicts of interest sometimes, or it can anyways. Let's see, Epsilon now just really stacking up on Catwalk. They have 3 people over there, 1 player holding the long A area, 1 person in B tunnels. And GMX now peeking in double doors.
Yeah, alone.
Looks dangerous.
Really
Freiberg
scary.
just sprays down 3 people at once, and
oh man, that timing again last time was
against the peeker up that close. And once he was in the way, the 2 AK players behind him couldn't even help.
Yeah.
They were just stuck getting shot through his teammates, through their teammates, excuse me. So that was just poor play by Epsilon there. And NiP are starting to pull away now.
It was a good flashbang, going to take down Get Right here. Nicely done from Epsilon. Now they're out on long. They have an AK picked up. Exist is going to take the challenge against every single one of them. And he does go down after getting just a single kill. Fiflaren with the C-set 75 shows the power of having the scope and essentially a machine gun anyway.
Yeah.
Really powerful combination there. They try and throw the bomb over, and he gets the shot on the guy jumping past Forrest. Going to pick up another kill, and now it's on Kiyoshima.
It just looks like NiP are just going to run away with this. I mean, Epsilon really haven't even come close to winning rounds since that second NiP save round, so it just looks like it might be a really one-sided affair coming up.
It sort of feels like it, and that's what we've seen from NiP in some of the online games as well on this particular map. They try and push B, and they do trade evenly now. Freiberg and Forrest gone down. They should be able to smoke off the doors and get the bomb plant at least, and retaking the B bomb site. It's a little bit more tricky than it is taking the A bomb site, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, nice shot there by Kiyoshima through the smoke, through a little crack between the doors. It's going to be a tough retake. I'm not sure if NiP will even go for it. Fiflaren has an op, so they probably should just save this one out, try to get some exit kills. And if they do that, it's going to be another tough round for Epsilon. Let's see.
GMX playing a dangerous game. Exist is actually going to smoke off so he can try and get in, and there's Fiflaren. He's picked up a rifle instead. He's going to take 1 kill, but he gets caught anyway. But, I mean, I'm not seeing much of a pattern here for the French team, though.
Yeah, not so far. They look really unpredictable, but the problem is most of those calls have just flat out not been good at all. GMX gets a nice pick there on Fiflaren at long, so that opens the round, but Freiberg instantly replies, 2 kills in the lower B tunnels, and still walks away with 3 health somehow through the middle doors.
That's nicely done. He's very low on health, you're right, but there is an AWP on Forrest. They actually bought 2 at the beginning of this round on NiP's side, and now Epsilon is a man down, and they don't really have any control of the map at all. I mean, they're controlling top of mid and T-spawn, basically. Yeah,
and that's what Shox is trying to establish here. He's trying to go through the B tunnels from T-spawn, take over that area, and then they can sort of get a better idea of what they can and cannot do this round. But yeah, that was a big mistake, letting Freiberg get away with those kills and just escape all the way back.
It feels like it's going to be a B-split push, basically, if they can get a smoke. They do have plenty of smokes, actually, so they could get one up in CT spawn and then try and actually rush in, but yeah, still thinking about it. There's the smoke to CT spawn. That's what they need, but now Forrest up in the window. Going to pick up the first kill, peeking again, and doesn't get the second one, but this is now a really tough call for Epsilon. How are they possibly going to get into this bomb site? Grenade falls out. DMX misses the shot. They know he's there, and when he walks in, he tries for the no-scope. It's going to go down, and now it's on Shox. 1-on-3. He gets dropped by...
Supposed to start right around this time, so it makes sense they're here, even though it's delayed. So let's see. Epsilon's going to be on another save round. They have bought a bunch of CZ75s, as usual. But, I mean, so far, Epsilon really have not come even close, aside from that one round that they won in B, to actually winning a round. NiP have just looked far better in this matchup, which is what was to be expected going into this game, regardless of the first round results in this group.
That sort of begs the question is, what can they do to change this Epsilon? I mean, if the B push worked, does that mean they should try and repeat that again? Or...
Well, I also think it worked because NiP was going for that setup where they wanted someone from Epsilon to just peek, but not actually commit to the site, where they had two people lined up in front of the box and behind the box. So that was sort of a lucky timing for Epsilon to do that specific strat, but they're going to need a lot more than just luck to...
They were having maybe a less overpowering performance against Berserk than we would have expected. Then maybe, yeah, I think there was reason to believe that it was going to be slightly different here. Forest peaks the middle, DMX goes down. There's another orb lost for the terrorist side. It's no luck at all to them.
No luck. And they're just getting picked apart every round, everywhere they go. Shox has picked up that op.
And that's actually a weapon he can be really, really strong with, but normally when we see him pick it up, it's on the CT side, defending at least on Dust 2, it'll be him running up the middle maybe, or at least orping from the middle. So I'm not sure if this is the most comfortable thing for him. And NiP, once they get the first pick off, they just go back to playing pretty defensively, don't really expose themselves anywhere, no reason to show much of anything. Forrest, the most aggressive one in the middle here with the headshot box, and he's going to fall back as well. So, time is running out for the Frenchmen. They need to make some sort of move. They do have the smokes to go for a B push if they want to. And, you know, it worked last time, so maybe they're just going to go for it again.
Let's see. Forrest is defending with his op, though, so he definitely should be able to get some kills here. The only way Epsilon wins this round is if Shox just out-ops Forrest and gets the opening pick here. That gives him a chance, but it looks like Forrest is in a really good spot to get a kill here.
Oh, smoke comes in so they can try and run through that grenade. Didn't do much of anything. Freiburg is by the car waiting in the corner, and they are pushing up. He's going to catch them coming out of the smoke, and they line up for him. A great double kill here from Adam, and he's going to try and keep going. He's got the deagle out. Can't get the triple kill quite, but it's still a really good performance. And Gerard is there spraying as well. Last guy going to get caught.
For the box and clear to the right, he would have been able to catch Freiburg looking to the wall. Would have been able to get that kill. Probably would have won them the round, but it's just those little things that really make the difference. It's decision making in those close rounds. And once again, Epsilon on a save round, and NiP really are just running away with this game now. And this actually opens up another question. So far, Berserk have looked much better than Epsilon in the games we've been watching. We obviously didn't see Epsilon publicly here, but against NiP, Berserk looked a lot better overall. So that could actually be a very interesting game now if this game finishes as it started, with NiP just running over the Frenchman.
And that's it. It was a really, it just seems to get worse and worse and worse for them.
Yeah, the thing is, if you always get the bomb down and you keep losing, you can at least buy. But Epsilon has had to save like what, 3 times now on the terrorist side, so that's brutal.
Not looking good right now. Get right, ready and waiting over here by Long. They got 3 people in the longhouse just ready to peek out. Unless they do, they're going to run right into Exist. He picks up the first kill, and that actually just stops the entire push right in its tracks. So once again, Epsilon not making much headway here. He's going to pick up another kill. Exist very nearly going to take down Kiyoshima as well. And now it's on him and GMX left 2 on 5. And in the middle, there's even a CT tower, sort of a 1.6 throwback there.
Yeah. And it's going to be another easy round for NiP. And, you know, Epsilon just haven't been...
Dude, like, if you're watching Virtus Pro, you can see they're winning because they're playing a style that is somehow so aggressive that the other team actually doesn't get much of a chance to set up for anything. But Epsilon have had room to move around the map and do what they want to do. It's just that as soon as they get to a point where they make contact, they just lose every battle.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting outplayed in every single way.
Do you feel like that's... I mean, we were talking earlier about...
That's a sign of them being a worse team, Anders.
That's a sign of them being a worse team.
Yes.
All right, well, I'll accept that logic. It feels
They are
reasonable.
inferior to NiP.
All right. Well, no beating around the bush then. It's going to be Mr. alone in a 1-on-3 near the team. I mean, do you think that could be sort of what we're seeing here as well? It's just that on an individual level, maybe apart from Shoxy, it's hard for Epsilon to really stand up.
Well, I mean, NiP are better than Epsilon individually, but I don't think NiP is like an ultra skilled team anymore, like the way they were in the beginning of CS:GO when they were just like far superior to everybody else. Like I actually thought the Titan team with Shox had more skill than NiP. Like I think you can make a pretty good case for that.
Yeah, me too. Well, I mean, we'll have to find out obviously, but I mean, Epsilon, not sure what they can do here. Winning the first round would maybe make the loss look a little bit better, but for them to actually win the game now seems very unlikely. NiP playing pretty slowly in the pistol round so far, just taking mid control and maybe seeing if they can get up onto short. But that's a good headshot for Mistu, taking down Exist, so a bit of a good start at least.
Yeah, let's see what they can do with this though. They definitely need to win the pistol round. There's no question about that, but even that doesn't really get them anywhere.
DMX dodging a flash, trying to kill someone with the P2000 here. He knows they're coming. He's going to call for backup soon and finally gets the pick off. But then the return from Get Right and Forest. Shoxy trying to see if he can challenge. He's already got the 1 kill on Fiflaren. It's back to a 2-on-3, so they actually have the advantage. No bomb plant for NiP either, and Get Right taking a long time to kill Kiyoshima, which he doesn't even do. And finally, that bomb goes down.
Still a 3v2 for Epsilon. Make it a 3v1. Shox connects on a second kill.
Forrest with the kill. Forrest now with the second kill. He's looking for one more, and Mistu here. He's got 7 bullets left now, just 5. He's going to go for the kill. He can't find it, but then again, the CT player isn't defusing either. This is a weird battle, and Forrest comes out on.
Mistake by Epsilon.
Yeah.
But maybe there's a silver lining here. We don't have to watch NiP save and this drag on any longer, because it's obvious. We already know who's... I have psychic powers now too. NiP's going to win, guys.
Well, there it is. So they're putting them out of their pain at least. Yeah. That's what you're saying. No cruelty going on here. 12-4 is what we're looking at. We're into the 17th round, and NiP with AKs, Galils, grenades as well. 4 HE grenades. Actually, it's interesting. No, not a single flash or smoke or anything. They're just going for the kills here.
Let's see. Exist is going to be the one peeking first on Catwalk. Gets the first kill. Gets the second kill.
And the grenade to follow. Actually, Forrest will pick up that one. Actually, Forrest with a triple kill at the end to finish off the round. So
Shox' face there sums it up pretty well. We've got 3 more rounds to go. And then hopefully Berserk are getting ready already, and there's not a long enough break, and we can start catching up on the schedule.
That's true. We're a little bit behind due to some technical issues earlier on in one of the games, so maybe we can make that back. That's Freiburg. The CSAT 75 going to pick off Shoxy. I'm not even sure why Freiburg only has this one, but if it works, then it works, I suppose, and you might as well keep doing it. Grenade's going to rain out and doesn't do any damage to the player who was on the A slope then. That's DMX who peeks up the single time and spots a lot of people and realizes that this pistol is not really meant to stop that many people. Now Kiyoshima running up the ramp is also going to get taken down, and it's Super Fighter left in a 1-on-5. Caught down on long. He actually does take out the 1 kill on Freiburg, but that's only delaying the... Well, maybe...
Not too bad, right?
Maybe have NiP throw a few anti-eco rounds in between, if that can be...
But that'd help.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if they did that.
Forrest spawning really close to long, and they're going to try and grenade him out of here. So they make the jump, and he gets the leg shot anyway. That's weird, because when you stop over and long like that, it's usually an indication that you realize there might be someone there, so why didn't they flash or smoke him out?
Yeah, that was a little questionable.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. I mean, I guess SF should be happy he isn't dead, but it's still not exactly an ideal start having one person on 16 health. And NiP, well, they take mid control, which is just, I mean, this is the most standard play you could probably see on Dust 2, isn't it?
Yeah. You take over the map, you try to figure out how the defense is playing, and then you make your call.
Yeah, and Forrest, the way he was looking up at that tiny window up there with the smoke is usually an indication that you want to go for a B push, but it could be like an A fake, I suppose, or a fake towards the A bomb side early on. Freiburg getting caught with a leg shot there in the return. That's Shoxy actually opening this time instead of GMX.
Yep, like you said, he sometimes likes hopping on the CT side. And it's probably also one of those points where I'm not sure if it's Semler who said that Shox can be a little selfish at times. So if you're down 4-14, maybe you just want to op. Maybe you think that gives you a better chance of winning.
GMX is on the slope here. They need to land another shot because Shoxy's gone down with the AWP. He repeaks once again. He's out of bullets. He's going to go down to Flaren. Mistu to take over. Gets the one. He should have got the double then. If he just kept shooting, a little bit of hesitation could have cost them a lot, but they do finish the round.
It's just too little too late at this point, I think. A couple ops now for Epsilon, but there's just a mountain to climb.
Yeah, it's still really far away. But the double up setup, I mean, that's encouraging. At least that can work out really well, except Hiroshima goes down, and now inside the bomb site, Misto's going to fall next. There's going to be the smoke to try and prevent any kind of crossover kills, and the B bomb site is basically NiP's. Epsilon, they really have no choice but to retake this, but with the B bomb site like this, do you just all run in the front gates, or do you try and come in from dark as well?
Well, the problem is it's almost impossible to retake B side if you're down a man and the T's play correct. So that's why what teams usually do is they hang around the window area or go through tunnels and hope to get one pick before even entering the site.
There's the entrance, but already GMX is down. Shoxy's to fall next, and it's going to be some kind of experience. I mean, they also they got Shoxy and Mistu as the two new players, so obviously they don't have like a lot of experience on LAN playing with this particular lineup. Well, is there anything they can take away from this?
Well, the thing is, when you just get blown away by such a big margin, it's hard to usually learn any significant lessons. It's mostly just little things individually, like maybe learn how to play a certain spot, how you made some mistakes on an individual level, or how you lined up on catwalk. You try to avoid that going into the future. But I mean, overall, there's just so many things that it's not like they're gonna have an epiphany later tonight and then all of a sudden be able to beat NiP in the playoffs on Monday.
No, it doesn't seem very likely. But I'm wondering maybe then if some of the other teams that are there here at the venue, like we saw Fnatic watching down in the crowd, and maybe some of the other teams are going to be watching this game as well. Do you think they're going to be looking at how NiP play on Dust 2 here and realize this team has actually come kind of a long way on this map? Now it's a 1-on-3, so it's pretty much over here.
Well, I think it's hard to judge them based on a match against a team like Epsilon, who are new and untested, and no one really knows how good they are right now. They must have looked good when they won 16-3 in the first game, but they were playing against a weak